All right, welcome back to Shooting It Straight. I'm Pistol Pete here with Ricky Revolver.
How we doing, ladies and gentlemen?
Episode 6.
Yeah, buddy.
Still here.
Still grinding.
All right. So, first and foremost,
I know you're intrigued.
I understand that we got a little feedback from your sister, the guilty party of the child abuse from last week's episode.
That's correct.
Okay. What'd she have to say?
So in, of course, to episode 5, she commented and said, hashtag I'm lawyering up. I stand by my troops.
Yeah, which she should.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Held you 100%. Down and watched a cat claw you?
You know, right after that episode happened, boom, she's typing that. I'm lawyering up. Just like that. Guilty.
Of course she is.
Guilty.
Yeah, okay, so then...
So, I said back, yeah, lawyering up is a good idea because you're guilty as all get up.
That's right. That's right. Like, lawyered up, that is what someone guilty would say. She knows what's up. She's looking to defend now.
Oh, yeah. She's back in the defense. So then she commented back, and she says, as soon as I started listening, I was thinking, well, I don't know what's about to go down, but be like Elsa and let it go.
Also something that a guilty party would say. Just want to drop it, hide it, sweep it under the rug, do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, it's just a whistle in the wind, all water under the bridge.
That was a long time ago, Ricky. We don't talk about that anymore.
You don't remember that. That's not how it happened. Oh, that's how it happened.
Probably exactly how it happened.
Probably. Everyone's kind of trying to detour my brain, kind of just distort it. But
she was totally just going to let you get ripped to shreds by the cat.
Savage.
Dude. Unnecessary. All right, well, so we'll touch base. We'll let her chew on that for a minute and get back to us with her lawyer. We'll be looking forward to her lawyer's contact info, and we can have a little. Maybe we can get him on here. You can explain your circumstances.
Yeah, maybe he'd join my side.
Maybe. Wouldn't that be a twist?
Yeah.
He decides, I can't do this.
Yeah,
she is wrong.
That is pretty hardcore to the core.
All right, so I want to give you another update on the old haircut action. I scheduled my haircut. I am going to be cutting the mullet and growing the mustache and having it all come to fruition right before Memorial Day. I scheduled the haircut for May 27th. That's when it's going down.
May 27th?
Yep, right the Thursday right before you leave for Memorial Day.
Are you gonna like keep any of it?
Oh yeah. Well, what do you mean?
Well, I mean like the stuff that you're cut. Keep some of it like just remembrance of how long your hair was, and I didn't get my hair cut through 2020 and at the end of 2019.
I never thought about it that far.
I just put it like on a little plaque or something.
I don't know. I guess I could.
Kind of creepy.
It would be creepy, but I didn't really think about that. I put all my effort into trying to find a picture of the perfect mullet. I'm talking. I'm gonna get the trucker hat and the big glasses. I'm talking business in the front, party in the back, 6-pack under the hat. You know what I'm saying?
You want to roll Joe Dirt style. Is how you're looking to roll.
Yeah, if I can. Yeah, you'll see. I mean, I'm talking short on top. It's going to be like the real deal, the 80s mullet.
I thought they were coming back for a while. People were starting to have mullets you seen popping around.
Maybe. I was telling
Maybe just need one more kick.
Maybe.
One more guy.
Maybe. I'm going to be that guy.
Here comes Pete.
Yep, and I'm going to rock it all summer. I actually haven't ruled out. I
can't wait to go golfing.
I was telling Margaret that... I haven't actually ruled out the option of getting on the old interweb and trying to find a cheap T-top Camaro, that barely runs, smokes a lot. Making the kids ride around with me in it all summer long.
Oh, yeah.
Give the old hood a slap before I get in every time.
I can just see you just blaring some music as you're working on it. Just
oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I ain't even going to do it in my shop. I'm going to do it right out front.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying right where I'm parked. Right there. Move the Yoda.
Yeah. It's going down.
Coming down.
Like, hey, Dad, can we drive in the Jeep? Nah, get in. Hope I can pick him up at school. That'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. That'd be something to never forget.
All right, so I have something that I've been waiting to discuss with you.
Okay.
So I needed to do some work around the house, and I we had to put a new furnace and AC unit in last year. Well, they put one of those smart thermostat things. You know what I mean? Like the nesting, they call it.
Okay.
They call it the nesting thermostat, the smart thermostat. I call it direct line to Joe Biden. Like, he's probably listening to everything I'm doing in my house right now. Anyways, that's beside the point.
So can you just talk to it like, hey...
Yeah, you can,
Hey,
apparently.
nesting wall unit, set temperature to 76 degrees.
You can do that.
It's like,
you can talk to
yes, Pete, no problem.
You can talk to Alexa on it. You can do a whole bunch of crap. Stuff I don't even know how to do. It has an app on my phone, or that you can download the app onto the phone, and I could be at your house, or I could be in California or New York, and I can turn the heat up or down at my house.
But why? You're not there.
Maybe that's the point. I mean, I don't know why, but maybe that's the point. Maybe you're like, I'm going to be gone for an entire week, and I want to turn the temperature down or whatever. You can adjust it from wherever you have internet. I mean, it's kind of cool. Except for the old thermostat. So the old thermostat on the wall was a lot bigger than this one.
Okay.
So when they put the new one on the wall, the paint behind it wasn't the same.
I knew it.
So I actually happened to have a can of the paint
Nice.
from the walls that would match, so I was going to touch it up. Except for the fact that when I went to the garage to get the can of paint, I realized it was empty. So what do you suspect my next move was?
Did you throw it away, or?
No, you don't throw it away. I took it to the hardware store. We'll call it the hardware store because I don't want to sell anyone out.
So it's not just white. You don't have.
It was not white. It was like a shade of gray. So I needed to match. So I can't just go down there. And you know how like the paint cans have the barcodes on it.
Yeah, they mix that little splotch on there,
and it has a barcode to where you can take it back. Like, let's say you thought you needed 2 gallons, but you actually needed 3. They could just scan the barcode, mix up the same thing. That you don't have issues.
Right.
So I take the paint can down to the hardware store so that the lady or the guy can scan the barcode and
the painter mix
up the exact paint. Yeah, so I walk into, and this is a big box store, and I hand it to the lady behind the counter, who obviously looks like she's not having a good day. And so I'm extremely nice to her and please and thank you and this, that, and the other thing. And so she scans the deal and puts it in the computer, does all the things she does, and then just leaves the paint can on the counter. And they're busy. There's a bunch of people there, and I said, excuse me, because you know how like at the big box hardware stores they have all sorts of bins where you can dispose of your light bulbs, you can dispose of this, you can dispose
batteries.
of that. Yeah, batteries, and they take them to their designated area so they're disposed of safely. So I said, excuse me, ma'am, where can I throw this empty can? And she stops midway across the paint area and turns around and gives me the look, and I'm like, oh man, she's loading up. This cannot be good.
Oh boy.
And she says, how about at your house?
Whoa.
You can throw it away at your house because that's where you throw garbage away.
Whoa. This was just recently?
This was like 3 days ago.
Dang.
And I was like, I mean, you know me, and I totally would have had definitely a good comeback had I expected the conversation to go that way.
Yeah.
But she caught me like totally off guard, because when's the last time you were at any establishment where someone talked to you? I should have grabbed the paint can and just walked right out front, threw it in their trash can, and walked back in while she was mixing my paint. Or I should have just walked behind the counter and threw it in her trash can right behind the counter at your house, because that's where we throw garbage away.
Whew. Yeah,
So-
I've been waiting. I've figured my time is coming. To what are they calling them? The people on online, Karens.
Karens. That lady was a total Karen.
I'm waiting to run into one.
She didn't have the Karen haircut though. So that's maybe another reason why it caught me off guard. I mean, if she had a Karen haircut, you know where that conversation is going before it starts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're treading on thin ice because you don't want it to go there.
Exactly, but you're ready for it if it does.
Oh yeah, you've got backup lines.
This was a sleeper Karen. You know what I'm saying? Like, totally just crouched in the bushes, just waiting to get after you. I'm guessing that I caught the business end of whoever pissed her off before I had arrived.
Yeah, someone really made her day not very good.
Yeah. So,
at all.
So, thanks, Home Depot.
I was going to say it too in the middle. I was like, let's just do it, man.
Yeah,
Call him out. Let's just do it.
Just
do it.
Yeah. So next time you're at the Home Depot and you run into the sleeper Karen.
Was that the one down here?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right down there. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I was going to go there tomorrow.
So next time you run into sleeper Karen, just make sure you're staying in your own lane.
I was going to go there tomorrow, but not for paint. I'm going to put a deadbolt in the front door. I don't have a deadbolt in my front door.
Really? Yeah. You know what? We don't have a peephole in our front door.
Oh, man, you should have said something. I can get you one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do that for
I do work at a door company, so.
Yeah.
Hey. I can even put that bugger in for you.
They always say
free.
They always say depends on who you know.
That's right.
All right, well, let's do that. You want to know why? Because I've been telling Margaret I'll put a peephole in that door for like 6 years.
I mean, I can even probably talk him into letting you have like they have like those little cover things.
Yeah.
And you like let it go and it falls back over.
Yeah.
Because like people can get like the reverse.
Yeah.
It's like the reverse lens or something. So then if they put it onto that people, they can look into your house.
Like a robber, or just someone like spying on you. Like
I mean, it'd have to be.
I mean, because if it's a thief, I don't want them looking in my house. But if it's someone just trying to be nosy, they deserve whatever they witness.
Yeah, and I mean, then you got. I mean, you got Mr. Hines out here that he ain't taking too kindly, other than to me.
Yeah, if there was a house on the block that I wouldn't suggest somebody try to enter without permission, I think it would be this one.
And it is kind of why we had to get this podcast off to a little bit later of a start, because his bark was making a bit of an echo in the house.
Yeah, he's a big guy. All right, so I've just been trying to, because the problem with Margaret is that we have the light in the window in the top of the door. Mm-hmm. I can see out of it. But she's not tall enough.
Oh, yeah.
So she's been bugging me out the people.
Is it a wood door or is it?
It's wood.
It's wood?
Yeah, and I've just been playing it off as oh, well, I really just want to replace the door. Every time
I got you hooked up. Actually, I think I might have one in my truck.
What, people?
Shit.
Hell yeah. All right, well, we'll work on that. So, as we promised last week, which I just want to say, I'm just glad the weather was nicer this week.
Yeah, it's a good little
because my week was still rough. And it's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Friday yesterday. About 9 or 10 o'clock.
Oh.
I was like, it felt like Friday. I was like in Friday mode. I couldn't wait for the weekend to start. And then at about 9, Mama Pete sends me a message to ask me a question and says, "Oh, hey, happy Thursday." It was like an immediate gut punch.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
So I had to suffer through in a solid day today.
Oh, yeah, that sucks. I hate that feeling.
So, but as we promised last week, we're going to discuss some work stories. You had some funny work stories and some... so I think I was along with everybody else, which I don't think there's a lot of everyone else, but I'm excited to hear those stories. So.
Oh, man. I mean, so do you kind of want me just to go down the line, or you kind of want me just randomly shoot around? You want me to just throw it at one company and kind of just list? What are you kind of feeling?
Just go with what you feel. Tell us your favorite ones. Your funniest.
Oh, man. Okay, so my favorite go-to one, and it's because it's like the most disgusting, and I don't know why you wouldn't do it in the first place, and it makes me think differently about humanity, is I'm working at the sporting goods store. This is a couple years into it. I moved from part-time cashier to full-time cashier to to part-time customer service to full-time customer service. Then I worked myself to a lead, and then I worked myself all the way up to I moved to a different state.
Time out.
That's how long I was there.
Okay, but time out.
Just telling you how long I was there.
Okay, but we want to remind everyone when we originally set out on this journey that we're just two average working Americans.
Yeah, that's the longest.
And we did say, I think we did say at one point 9 to 5. We work 9 to 5 jobs. I don't have a 9 to 5 job. I mean, I work on average like 10, 11 hours Monday through Friday. So I do have a Monday through Friday, but like we work normal jobs, and we've probably done some shitty jobs. Mm-hmm. You've probably done. I'll give you that. You've probably done some shittier jobs than me.
Well, spoiler alert for a lot of these listeners is where you deliver your glass. We obviously both know.
Yeah.
I worked there.
Yeah.
That's where
you liked it too.
Oh yeah. Love that place. Real peach.
All right. So anyway,
good guys there. Good guys.
Yeah. So we've done.
We'll get to that.
We've done some not very pleasant jobs probably, and some pleasant jobs. So let's hear it.
All right. So I'll just kind of jump. I'll just jump right back, kind of where I left off. So I was at that sporting goods store for a very long time, and the one that always jumps out to me and will never leave my brain is. So like I said, I'm a few years into it, and lady's coming up with the cart, and she's got a garbage bag, and it's tied off at the top. So I'm already thinking, take your time. Try to make this customer last as long as you possibly can, so you do not get that person.
Kind of like
because there is nothing good in that bag.
Kind of like when you're at the bank and you're trying to size up which teller that you're hoping you go. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're come on, hurry up.
You're a little bit faster.
They're almost done. And there's like, I'll help you. You want to go before me? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, no, me. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Been there.
All right. So she's got a huge bag, and there's an unpleasant surprise inside that bag.
100%.
Nobody strolls in with a bag. Is this so? You're working customer service like return, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so at that place, we take returns, and then we also kind of decide whether it's resellable or if it's just
trash.
Adios, amigo. You're in the You're going in the garbage. We're throwing you away because there ain't no salvaging it.
Okay. And so, I'm gonna spoiler alert. If it's in a plastic bag, I'm gonna go with the other. Anyway.
Yeah, it should have just went straight there.
Yeah.
It shouldn't even came inside the store. So this lady strolls up, and I'm trying to take my time, and it just is like the easiest return I've ever had, and it just easily the guy didn't throw any fit. Just gift card, that's no problem. I'll take store credit.
Sounds great.
Prorating it, easy. Okay. I'm like,
oh yeah. Batter up.
Like, okay. So got him all done. All right, I'll help you. You come on over here, and I'll help you whoever's next. And she comes, and I was just like, so what are we returning today? And she's like, well, I have this bag, and she lifts it up and just bloop, sets it on my counter, and then I'm like, okay. So I grab it by the top, and I put it down on the ground. And I started opening it, and she's like, whoa, don't open it. And I'm like, okay, why? And mind you, I'm already thinking this is a terrible decision right from the get-go. I saw her come in.
100%.
I knew it was going to be me.
100%.
It's just my fate. I knew it. And she's like, don't open it. You're not going to want to open it. And I'm like...
And I'm going to guess in this situation, you should have taken her word for it.
Yes.
Okay.
And I did.
Okay.
So I didn't open it. I said, okay, well, do you at least have the receipt for it? And she's like, no. I was like, okay, so what is it? I have to know what it is.
What is it?
And you don't have a receipt. What is it? Do you want to take a guess, or you want me to just tell you?
Was there a smell?
So I'll give you another hint. So I didn't get to open it. I didn't smell anything, but it was double bagged.
Okay.
And this is an outdoor sporting camping.
A dead animal.
It smelt pretty similar to one, yes. But it was a used porta potty. That they went camping with it, used it, and then went to pull the tray out to, like clean it. Well, the handle broke. So
they just left the soiled porta potty in the bag, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, hey, handles broke, bro. What are you going to do about this? We need some compensation.
So she told me that, and I'm just going... it's cleaned though, right? Like you sprayed it out with a
'cause
hose
now
at
we
least.
have a biohazard situation.
Yeah, I have feces that I touched, and it's all up in my bubble. You know how you had your personal bubble? How you
Yeah,
liked?
Huge fan of the personal bubble.
Yeah, now
Pete
mine's
is
full
a
of
huge
stench.
fan. That is.
And not good stuff. So
I mean, like, did you at least praise her on double bagging it if she was going to be reckless like that, or?
I just said, I was like, well, so did you spray it out? Like it's sprayed out though, right? It's just dirty. Like I'm okay if it's just dirty.
Like you didn't wipe it with a sanitation wipe or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
like you
So
just didn't just drop loads
I'm
in it.
guessing it was the full Monty.
Full Monty.
Ugh.
Not sprayed, not cleaned. All I imagined if I opened the bag, it was like, how to describe it? It'd be like a box fan blowing straight up of pink eye.
So what did you do?
So, I just went, no way. And I backed away from the counter, and everybody just looked at me, and I went to the back room. I grabbed rubber gloves, and we actually had face masks at that store randomly. And I put a face mask on, and I called the manager, and I said, you need to come here.
Like now.
And he's like, why? I was like, come here.
Dude, talk about a bold move on her part, though.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. I mean, the stones on you.
And now you're discussing this in front of everyone, and now you're making a big deal about it with the gloves and everything. So now you've got everyone else's attention. What was her reaction? Or what was
she's just going, well, I just want to get another one. I'm like, I have no problem with doing swap outs for stuff that's broken, but you got to clean it. Like, that's your own feces.
Like,
you
did they just come
us,
right from the camping trip?
I imagine yes, because it looked like they did. It was one of the EBGB ones that I can never get rid of, because it was just like, you could have told me all of this before I grabbed it, before it was like on, I'm not a very tall guy, so counters are pretty tall to me.
Right by your face.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
So I'm thinking, great, I'm going to get pink eye, take the next couple days off.
Yeah, that's like an L&I claim and looking for a place to happen.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't want to return it. I was just so disgusted. I was just so mad. It's just like, why would you do that? What? You're out camping. Just run it through the water or grab a hose or something. Don't make coming to this store your first priority to return the port body that you're not going to use again because you're going back out there.
In a situation like that, what if she would have just taken a picture with her cell phone and brought the receipt in and said, hey, I didn't want to bring this soiled porta-john back in here. Here's what happened.
100% they would have swapped it out like that. 100%. I tell you, I have seen some of the dumbest returns in that store in my entire life, where they lost. They didn't get anything out of it. They didn't get an item. They didn't get money. They lost the item and more money. I've seen the craziest stuff.
So what was her final outcome?
So, manager came up. I'm in gloves. I'm in a mask. He turns the corner. And so, I mean, at that store, everybody was super cool with each other. It wasn't too long after they opened when I started, so everybody was just, it was just like a family store.
Sure.
And so we all got along. So he knew when I'm gloved and masked up, ain't nothing good coming from this situation.
And he probably didn't want any part of it.
None. He wanted nothing to do with it. He to this day is like, why would you bring me into it? Because you're the store manager. It's your job.
That was ultimately your job.
Yeah. So I'm just like, well, she's got this used porta potty. She just wants to trade it straight across. He's like, so just do it. I was like, but it's full.
It's a used porta potty.
And he's like, well, what do you mean it's full? I was like, it's full.
I would have just said, I'm not sure. Why don't you open it up and check it out?
I was like, let's just say you can't open it. And he's like, full of poop? And I'm like, yes, poop. And he's like, tell her if she takes it back, she can have a brand new one.
So you just settled with her taking the bag back and giving her the new one?
Yeah.
All right, well, if that were me, I would just take the picture of it and bring the receipt. and try to negotiate at that point. And then if
they're like, no, we don't believe you, then it's like,
well, okay. That's a bold move as well, sir.
It's about to get real.
Yeah. All right.
100%.
What else you got?
100%. So, I mean, there's that one. And I mean, so like when I first started, like I said, I was a part-time cashier. So, my job is, cashiering, and we had slow spills like everybody else. It's holidays, ramped up. Everybody's buying stuff. Christmas, blah, 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 blah. Everything else. But, then you get hunt season and all that kind of stuff. But then you get like a slow series. So you get to do other things. That's where I got to go into customer service. But before I did that, I was the cart guy. So, and that place was pretty big, as you know. So a big parking lot. So they didn't have just one where you just kind of walk around with it. This bad bugger, you stood on, and there's a backrest,
yes,
and a steering wheel,
yes,
and it's forward. That's what you get. There's no reverse. There's nothing special. It's one gear, and it's as fast as you can push it. That's as fast as you're going. So you barely push it, you're gonna crawl. You mash it, you're gonna go. And that thing had like 7 or 8 batteries on it. It was freaking enormous. It was like a Zamboni, like a little Zamboni. And so I get to drive that thing around. Well, when you get a little nice fresh snow in the parking lot, and they're, oh yeah, go grab those carts real quick. I'm like, there's like 60 carts out there. I can't just run out there. Oh, take the cart. Like, it just snowed. This thing don't have snow tires on it.
I guess it's got like smooth tires.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it's just racing slicks front, racing slicks back, and like the back little wheel is like, it's just kind of like a big semi one, like that little one in the back where you have so like much those, weight, it just so you don't bottom out.
Yeah.
So it's got that one in the back right where you stand, and I'm just like cruising around, and I already know. I've drove in the winter before. I know you got racing slicks. You stop, you ain't getting to go again. So I just grab to where, or drive to where there's the most carts, because I know that's gonna be where I'm gonna get stuck. So I drive where I get the most carts, and I start picking them up, and there's happen to be where someone parked, so there's an empty spot. So I put the cart machine right there. I was like, score. Maybe I'll get lucky again. So I'm cruising along, and then there's a parking lot where no one ever parks, but there was 5 or 6 carts there. So I'm like, oh, I'll just whip in there. So I whipped in there, and it's just I'm pushing snow, and I'm like, this ain't good.
Trail breaking.
This ain't good.
No, you don't stop.
And I don't stop. And it's just, I can feel the tires start spinning, and I mean, it's stuck. It's just, then I just start spinning all of them. And I'm like, no way. So I'm trying to push this thing, and it's 2,500 pounds. I'm trying to push this stupid machine, and I kid you not, there was people walking by laughing at me and throwing snowballs at me.
Yes.
I kid you not. I was the golf guy getting the golf balls, and people were trying to peg him with golf balls.
They're picking up the range balls.
And they hit him, they're just going, yeah.
$5 if he keeps his hat on.
Oh, yeah. And people, they were watching on the cameras laughing at me. They're like, oh, come here. We gotta talk to you about something. There was something that we have to show you that we want to get to see if you saw it. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, what is it?
I didn't take anything.
Yeah, no,
I didn't steal anything, so I'm freaking out. And I'm freaking out after I was just fighting for my life to get a cart unstuck. So I'm freaking out, and they're just like, oh yeah, you gotta take a look at this. Scrolls in.
So
and then it's just me out there
just throw snowballs.
Rocking this thing back and forth.
Getting snowballs thrown.
Oh yeah, and they just all start busting up laughing. And that was when I first started. So it was me breaking the ice with everybody.
I was going to say, so
it was big for me, really.
That leads me to believe that they knew that was going to happen to you. And normally,
100%.
Probably in that situation, they would just have 3 or 4 of you go manually round the carts up, but they knew that was going to happen to you.
Not only did I drive in snowy weather, so did they.
Yeah.
They knew what was going to happen. Oh, yeah. It was, hey, get him, go out there. And then it was straight into the camera room. All right, let's go.
Dude, that reminds me of the battery story that you told. This is not nearly as funny, but this is a shitty work story that happened to me. I was working at this warehouse loading trucks, and inside we had forklifts that to take the product out of the top shelves. Is like a giant warehouse, like Costco has those big shelves or whatever.
Yeah.
But the new addition, they were twice as high, so they had even bigger forklifts, but they were all battery powered. They weren't propane. And when I'm saying battery powered, I'm saying like the batteries probably weighed. I mean, I wouldn't know, but they were probably like 5,000 pounds.
I can only imagine.
So they had these, like the loading trucks that they load in warehouses with that you can stand on and they pick up like a pallet or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They had one of those, but the front didn't have the forks on it. It had this battery tray with a giant magnet on it. Whoa. So it had bumpers on the front, and you would bump up to the side of it and pull the plate out, and then you would extend this magnet all the way out, and you would turn the magnet on, and you would pull the battery out. As you pulled it back in, it would pull that battery out onto this cart thing that had like rollers on it to help it.
Good
and
grief.
So one of the things that they stress to you when they're training you how to do this, there's a safety latch on the front, because the magnet, you don't turn it off once it has the battery on it and it's on those rollers and you're moving it around. They stress that you put this safety latch up, and that way the magnet will eventually time out, and if it lets go of that battery, it'll hit that safety stop and keep it on the cart, because
good luck getting it on there.
It's a huge battery.
Yeah.
And they're kind of awkward, so it's not like you can pick them back up with one of those forklifts, except for the fact that usually you're not in a very good spot to get another forklift, and now yours doesn't have any battery in it, and then you got to cradle them up, and you're trying to avoid possibly spilling acid all over the ground and doing that, so it's just really not a good situation to find yourself in.
Yeah.
And I worked there for a long time, and I got really good at it. And so when you're really good at it, those safety precautions are more of just a suggestion.
For noobs.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to worry about that at all. So one day I strolled up and I parked like a total asshole with the forklift to change the battery out, because there were a bunch of people back there messing around and they were in my way and I was in a hurry. And so I come zooming in with this cart and I yank this giant battery out, and as I'm driving, somebody had taken one of those loading jacks like I talked about with the pallet, but they drove off with it, and the charger cord was wrapped in the front thing, and it pulled this charger down off of it's like 2-3 racks up, and it has this giant long cord. So I mean, he was ripping. The battery was obviously unplugged from the charger because he was driving it, but the cord was caught on the thing. So he drives off, pulls this charger off, and so they're distracting my attention, and now they need help, and they're asking me these questions and this and that. In the meantime, the magnet lets loose. Dude, talk about a silent assassin, because you don't hear anything till you hear doof. That's just the leading edge of the battery hitting the ground.
Amusement.
And then I just have this giant gut punch look on my face and take this big deep breath, and I turn around to watching this 5,000 pound battery push the whole entire charging cart thing, or the removal cart thing, just out of the way as the whole battery just falls on the ground. So now there's who knows how many $1,000 charger that just got pulled off and onto the ground from, I'll bet you it was at least 10 feet, 15 feet in the air, onto the ground, broken as shit everywhere. And now we have a 5,000 pound battery laying on the ground at the same time.
So, is that safe to say that could be your most embarrassing moment?
No. I got a better one for you. Keep that in mind.
Pin it?
Yeah, pin that
till closer to the end?
Pin that till close to the end. Fair. Because I'll explain to you. I did some thinking on that. I didn't forget about that.
Fair. Do you want me to jump back into...
Yeah.
Jump back into mine? Okay.
Let's see what else comes to mind.
So, another big one. I mean, so retail, you're working... It ain't nothing set.
No.
You're working...
And you're working all the days.
Oh, yeah. You could have a Sunday and a Tuesday. You could have a Monday and a Friday. And if you had a Wednesday, Thursday, it was just... Oh, you're just like, dude, oh yeah, let's get smashed because I got 2 days off in a row. Yeah. Let's go, dude, baby.
The shitty battery job, I had Saturday and Tuesday off for a year and a half. Anyway.
Ugh. So when I first started, I didn't mind, working the late shifts. I didn't I was just living by myself, or I had a roommate, but he worked there also, so we didn't really mind because it was just him and I. So one night we were closing, and I was in customer service at this time, and just closing down tills, and there's a guy that you can just hear commotion going on in the clothing department. And I'm like, well, let's hurry this up because I want to see what's going on over there.
Yeah.
Curiosity killed the cat. So I finish up and, we go towards the main entrance. And our store manager was, he was a tall guy and he wasn't like heavy or, fat or anything, but he could hold his own. And you could hear him getting riled up. And he's like, you need to get your ass out of that frickin' dressing room right now. And he's like, I just need to try on these clothes. And he's like, get out of it right now. The cops are on their way. And we're like, we're closed. Dude, there ain't nobody been in the store for like 15 minutes. We've been closed. And this dude comes out of the dressing room full of the sporting goods attire. I'm talking pants, shirts, and layers. Like, layers.
He was warm.
Yeah, he's just, I came in with all these on. This is what I came in on. I had to try these clothes on. And there was just a pile of clothes in that dressing room.
And probably old clothes, too.
And they're like, those are your clothes, obviously.
Kind of like when you're watching Cops and they get busted with heroin in their pocket, but that all of a sudden ain't their jeans.
Nah, no, these are my buddy's jeans. I just threw them on before I left.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Yeah,
I get it.
So we're just standing there, everybody's looking at each other, and he's like, all right, everybody go home. And, cops were already there waiting by our asset protection room and and they dressed up like customers. So when they're walking around, you don't even know.
Oh, the loss prevention team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't even know.
Yeah, unless you're
and they fit in good.
You know what? That's funny that you mentioned that, though, because sometimes when I'm at the store, I know who's the... If you, let's say you regularly visit a store and you see someone strolling in, like... They're really good at not looking suspicious, but you can tell when they're looking around and you know, oh yeah, I just saw that dude last week working the cashier. He must be loss prevention this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So they had some pretty wicked cameras in there. Cause when they first let you in orientation, it's probably like an intimidation thing of like, hey, you try to steal from here, we're going to catch you because look at these.
Because I know what kind of underwear you're wearing right now.
Yeah. And that camera is crazy because, like those little candy wrappers, it shows you sugars and calories and all that. You can zoom in on that and you can read the sugars on there on a wrapper. And I'm just like, whoa.
Which is really surprising
crazy.
because they try to show you a still image of someone that robbed a bank on the nightly news and...
Yeah, see, I don't know if it was still, because that was just rolling live.
Well, you know what I mean? Like when the news shows you the picture of like, have you seen this guy?
Enhanced, and it's like a block.
Yeah, and you're like...
D-hands.
You're like, that guy, look, you shoot that from 6 miles away? Like, no, I don't know who that is.
Was that a digital camera?
Yeah. All right. Sorry, I don't mean...
No, so...
And I mean,
it's just like, you just never know what you were going to get when you went into that day of work. Mm-hmm. And that guy, it was just crazy because, it was... he didn't leave that store for like 45 minutes later till after we left.
Did he leave with the cops though? And
did
he leave in his own draws?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they made him. Oh yeah. Yeah, because it was one of the original ladies that worked there. They made her stay and then do all like a return on everything that he had on, and it was like $3,000 of clothes that he had on.
They didn't arrest him?
Oh no, they arrested him.
Oh.
Yeah,
so he didn't leave.
Attempted theft.
He didn't leave on his own.
Yeah, he didn't leave on his own or willingly.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm from the boons, so I didn't really get around like different.
So this was way more exciting to you.
Oh yeah, man! Yeah. Like I didn't get to see any of this, so this is all new.
Some people were, some of the dudes you worked with were like, just another asshole trying to rip us off, and you're like, whoa, that was awesome.
Like, dude, did you see that guy? I was like, yeah, it's every day.
Yeah,
no, that's not every day. Yeah. No, that ain't every day.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, and we're right by the border, so we got a lot of Canadians, and I don't know Canada's talk. like, you know, just like their A's, and I mean, you know, like the A and everything like that. But so I had one, you know, my first experience with a Canadian. They came up to me, and I was, I think I was cashiering, or I might have been a lead, and I was just standing in front of the registers facing away from her, and she came up and tapped me on the back, and she said, "Excuse me, sir, where's your guys' washrooms?" And I was like, washrooms? It's like, we don't, like, a washroom. She's like, yeah, washroom? Like a washroom. I was like, we don't have washers and dryers. Like, we don't have those here. And she's like, no, bathroom? I was like, oh, the restroom. Okay. Yeah, I'm a dick. Okay. Yeah, the restroom's over there in the corner. And she's like, oh, okay, thank you.
Right under the restroom sign.
I'm just like, yeah, why would she be asking for a washer and dryer? Yeah, I felt pretty dumb in that instance. But, I mean, it was cool. Just never knew. Never knew, man. Never knew. Same kind. I think it might have been the same day. There was a customer that came in, you know, they allow pets in, and you could bring your dog in, and they would take their dog to customer service, and you could put your dog in a kennel while you shopped, which I don't see the reason why you wouldn't just leave your dog home. So I always found it kind of messed up. So whenever a dog was in there, like, we had treats, I'd give a dog a treat, you know, and kind of like pet him every once in a while, because it's just like, why would you bring your dog to sit in a cage while you could shop then to come get him later?
Maybe you just give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they were just passing through and they didn't want to leave them in the car.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe so. I guess you could be right that way.
But maybe
I mean, they're like Heinz. A couple like Heinz. They're talking big labs. I mean,
big dogs.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple, you know, little lap dogs, chihuahuas or something. Okay, I can understand. You know, and I mean, maybe you are going on a big road trip with Arnold the Schwarzenegger up here.
Yeah.
But highly unlikely.
Maybe some people take their animals. I remember one time we were going camping, and one of my kids have a pretty large bearded dragon, and Margaret, it had to come with us, and we stopped to grab something to eat on the way, and she put it in her sweatshirt pocket and took it inside with us, so you didn't leave it in the car. He was just hanging out on the dash in the sun and loved it.
Oh, yeah.
You should have seen her. That was the funniest thing, though. She has it in the pocket, and then she's, like, acting all weird at the counter, like, suspicious. Like, she's got, like, 6 pounds of drugs in her purse. She's, like, looking around, and, like, I'm like, dude, will you just quit? You're making it more awesome. Yeah, god damn.
Oh, my gosh. But, yeah, so people bring their dogs in. So this one lady brought her dog in, and right when he got in there, just past the doors, right on the tile, just hunkered down, boom, just took a fat number 2. Just a freshie. And it reeked.
Did they just walk off?
And they just kept, like, oh, yeah, we'd like to check our dog. It's like,
yeah, you didn't notice you stopped while he did his business on the floor.
Yeah, we got a red flag right here. There's something going on right here that happened from something that you brought in.
Yeah, maybe.
So and you know, they have like our, you know, the club cards that they always pitched. So they're like, well, can you take care of that? Oh yeah, okay, no problem. Picks it up, walks out the front doors, throws it outside.
Like bare hands?
Bare hands.
No way.
No
way.
I kid you not.
Messed up.
I will put whatever you want on this table as honesty for that, because I mean, you just stand there and just go,
what just happened?
Whoa, okay. All right. I mean,
did he go to the
that's where you get shocked and going, whoa, okay, wasn't expecting to pick that steamer up.
Like the Karen at the Home Depot, you're just in shock.
Oh yeah. It's like, don't squeeze too hard. That's gonna
Did she go to the restroom and wash her hands, or
throws it? Thankfully grabs the door with the opposite hand. Thankfully.
Yeah, I mean, that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know if she meant to do it or not, but yeah, meant to do it or not, but luckily it played out that way.
Yeah, I mean, of course she meant to.
So she goes back in and passes the washroom or the restroom, passes it. And they're, no, you're going to wash your hands before you do anything. And she's like, well, don't you just have any hand sanitizer? And they're like, that's dog shit.
And it's literally just happened.
Yeah, that's on your hand. They literally had to go in there and wash their hands with her so she could come. She wouldn't wash her hands.
Dude, that's messed up.
That's probably where, it brought me to a new realm of world. My first job did, I tell you.
People are unbelievable. And you definitely have a different view on people, I'm guessing, after working customer service.
Oh, man. I mean, I had regulars, too. I mean, I always had people, regulars, like, they always return stuff. But, I mean, because you always get in-store pickups, you can order from the store, have it shipped there for free shipping, then just come pick it up.
Sure.
So, we did that, and, you'd always have regulars come in, and then they just want to work with you, and then you just shoot the shit with them.
Yeah.
Talking fishing, talking hunting, talking hiking, whatever.
Yeah.
And fishing game, they always sold fishing game licenses, so it was kind of cool, because it also introduced me to a lot of things, too.
Sure.
Like, because I hunted also, so they also let us go on, like, hunts with, like, youth, so we get to take youth kids out.
Yeah.
So we got to go up towards the boundary by Bonner's Ferry, and they'd let us hunt ponds for ducks, and we'd get to take kids out and we, like, throw decoys and, like, all right, man, you get to sit right here in the tulies, and I'll get to go get one coming in, and just seeing a kid's excitement of the kick, and then something hit the water is like, oh my gosh, it's just cool.
That'd be way cool.
Super cool. Then they have, like, a big fire, and you get to, they cook, like, hot dogs and stuff, and have s'mores, and it was really cool. So, I mean, that I was thankful for, because a lot of the hunting trips, and just, like, the work trips.
Well, that seems a lot more fun than dirty porta potties and people throwing dog shit out the front door.
Yeah. I mean, if I had too many of them. But, like I said, so I went to Oregon. So, once I was, like, 3.5, 4 years of Post Falls, then went to Oregon. Opened that store, and that, sir, is a world of difference I've never imagined I would experience.
Do you have any stories from there?
Oh, man. So this guy, right off the top of my head, this guy brought in a pair of hunting boots, and he said he wore them, just were tight fit, just want to get a different pair. Just a swap would be cool. Okay, cool. I look at his boots, and they're littered with cobweb. And I'm like, bro, like, I was born, but not yesterday. You haven't worn these in years. And he's like, all right, I'll fess up. He's like, honestly, I haven't worn them in years. I totally forgot I had them. I mean, they're brand new boots. I have the box. I just don't have the receipt. I was like, okay, I can prorate them for you, but the only way I'm going to return these is if you put your feet back in them. And he's like, what? I was like, the only way I'm going to return these is if you put both of your feet in them. And he's like, because what are they going to say to me if I return 2 just ghostly old boots?
Yeah.
I'm going to get in trouble for it. I was like, so the least you can do is just put your feet in them.
Yeah, come on.
And I'm just, because you know me, I ain't putting my foot anywhere near that boot. There ain't no way. There's a spider in there, and he's waiting for my big toe to come out and just yarn on it. So, and to that guy, he just went, all right, I'm ready.
He was dedicated.
Oh, yeah.
He was dedicated to the
cause.
yeah,
2 feet in, man. He was 2 feet in, just bloop. Is that enough? I was like, all right, that's good. Bloop, out. I was like, all right. And I prorate him. He's like, man, that's how you build good relationships with people. And he came back. He bought more stuff that day.
Sure.
So not only did I brought old boots in, but I brought you more money coming in. Because A, he had a good experience with his return. Probably kind of funny. You probably won't forget it either.
Yeah, no, totally caught him off guard. He's probably doing a podcast right now.
Probably. He's like, dude, I scored a gift card off of it. I mean, maybe put on those freaking god ugly boots, but I did it. He made me get over the fear.
Yeah. And he's like, just like that, I'm not scared of spiders anymore.
Yeah, he's like, thank you to you, sir. Thank you. Wherever you are now. Oh, yeah. Oregon was a trip, man. Oregon was a trip.
Well, I think that you still have more funny work stories here, don't you?
I've got a few. They can roll.
I think that we are going to have to continue this next week. We'll put a little to be continued pin in here because I'd be interested to hear a little bit more of that kind of stuff that you...
Oh, yeah, and that's just one. Yeah, that's just one job, buddy.
So we'll continue this next week, and I would be interested to hear from some of your other jobs.
Oh, yeah, 100%. No problem, bud. So we're just going to kind of wrap it up for episode 6. I just kind of want to touch back real quick. We're gonna kind of switch it up in the old podcast. So we're gonna shoot media towards the end. I'm not gonna do all of them. Just kind of the main ones we think are kind of the big ones for us. So if you guys want to just look us up, shootingitstraight.com. Easiest way to find us. It's going to take you straight to Podbean. You can subscribe onto Podbean, follow us there. You'll get every episode straight away. We appreciate all the followers we're getting. Just a shout out. I see a Jordan Dune 11. Thank you for the follow. Dane Prize 171. Thank you for the follow. Double Clutching, Jen Low, S Down, VAMRWPCVFF. Thank you for the follow.
That's China. It's China listening through my smart thermostat.
Oh, that's your thermostat? Gosh darn it. But yeah, and I mean, we just want to thank you guys too for listening, and just keep listening. And you guys have any comments, any suggestions on what you guys want to talk about, or any
your
funny
work
stories you guys got? Please,
let's hear your work stories.
Oh yeah, and like you see, we if we get a comment, we're gonna give you a shout out. We're gonna give you a shout out. So we just think it's better, funnier. It's just all around more interaction with our fans and listeners. So another one that we're on, the gram, good way to get a hold of us. So look us up on there, shooting_it_straight. YouTube. Look us up on YouTube, Shooting It Straight with Pete and Ricky. Give us a subscribe.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe.
Yeah, got to get that subscribe, or you never know when we're going to post a new one. We could surprise you and post one late. We're not going to do that, but we could. We could surprise you. Last one, Facebook. Facebook's been kind of popping off for us. I think we've been getting some good feedback off of there. We're up already over 100, I think you said, 100 likes.
I don't think everybody's listening to them, but I think that we're getting the likes on the page at least.
We're getting the likes on the page. So I think more likes, you probably get more suggestions for other people out there. So we'll take it. That's Shooting It Straight, the Shooting It Straight podcast. So look us up on there, friend us, and then suggest us out to all your friends. We super appreciate it. If we get the haters from you, we won't hold it against you.
We like that too.
We're just going to embrace them.
Yeah, we like that too.
We love them. But other than that, I mean, Pete, that's kind of what I got. So, episode 6.
Episode 6. All right. We'll continue the work stories in episode 7. We'll go from there. I think that's it for the Shooting It Straight podcast.
Thanks guys.